Alright guys, this is a story of how I failed my first drop, but then I turned that into completely selling out my second one. So let's get into it. Alright, so if you guys don't know me, my name is Jonathan and I run the clothing brand Distorted Identity. Now, my brand is all about just chasing your purpose. It's about escaping the ordinary, and it is about just becoming the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. And that is the lifestyle that I am trying to live right now and what I'm trying to do. So I'm putting that into my brand and showing you guys everything. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys just everything I've learned over the past 6 months, everything that I've learned from my failure and from my success, combine them and just show you guys everything you guys need to know how to drop. All right, so first we're going to talk about my first drop ever. My first drop ever I did back in July of 2024. And I didn't know what I was doing. I just got super excited, wanted to do a clothing brand. I saw some people doing that online. So I started to design some things on my computer and I felt like I just had it all down. I felt like I was gonna do amazing. I was gonna sell out, and I just hyped myself up so crazy and I crashed and burned. Let me show you guys the pieces I made. So these were the first pieces I ever made for my clothing brand. These ones I actually cut the sleeves off myself, but I was just selling them as regular shirts, black, pink, and white. Looking at them now, I'm not very happy with them. I'm not surprised they didn't sell very well, but that's only one problem. So yes, having good designs really will help you. So if you're good at designing on your own, good. Keep doing that, design your own shirts, your own pants, everything. But if you suck at it, go hire someone to design your clothes. I have actually taught myself pretty good at designing my own clothes, so I do it myself. But if you, it does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of time. So if you feel like you don't have the time for that, or if you just don't feel like you'll be able to learn it, just go hire someone. It'll end up being cheaper in the long run, I promise you. That was my first fail. I just didn't have a good design. My second one is I rushed this drop hard. I got these pieces and I just posted them on my website and started selling. I barely did any advertising. I didn't build up any hype for the drop, which is a major thing you have to do. Build as much hype as you possibly can. And I just didn't create any sort of demand. So no one bought it. Now, one thing I realized from this drop, people won't just buy clothes just because you're selling it. Just because you are a clothing brand doesn't mean you are a brand someone wants. You are not close to the big name brands who people will just see and buy it just because they see it. You need to have a story with yours. So that is what I decided to do. I decided to make myself the main character of my brand. Now, I do a bunch of talking videos. I do a bunch of day in the life videos. I show you guys everything I do, the life I'm living, and just anything I can do behind the scenes. And that was very successful in bringing people to my page and to my brand. And that's not just something I thought of myself. I see other people doing it and see it working for other people. So what you have to do is get comfortable being yourself. Be yourself on the camera, be yourself for the viewers. Imagine you are talking to the viewers, which is what I'm doing right now. Make them invest in you, in your life, in your lifestyle, in everything you are doing, and they will buy you, meaning that they will support you in everything you do. Now, the only way really to support me is buying my clothes. So now here's the big step I decided to do myself. I decided to create a whole world that people want to be a part of, not just my own life. Now, building a whole world around you is not very easy. It is very complicated. You have to post a lot and you have to just describe your entire life to random people watching you. But once you can figure out how to connect your actual emotions to the videos you create, you will just start rising because people will start connecting to that. Now, a lot of the emotions that I had and put in my videos were anger, feeling lost, and wanting more. So I started creating videos documenting that. I document everything I do, everything I create, everything that I feel. I show you guys. Because once you create a community that resonates with what you're putting out there, then they won't just see your stuff and leave. They're connected to it, they're invested to it. So every time you post or every time you drop, they want to be a part of it. You've created this world that everybody wants to be in, everyone resonates with, everyone sees themselves in your shoes. So they want to be a part of that world. And the way into that world is your clothing. Your clothing is the pieces to that world. So now I'm going to talk about the last drop I just did. The latest drop I did was called Raise Hell. Now, I called it that because one, it matched the vibe of the clothes that I created, which I'll show you guys in a second. And then also, it is what I was living in that current time. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. I wanted to just be furious with everything I did. I wanted to just fully commit to every single thing that I put my mind to. And I knew people would connect with that. I knew that people would see that and want to be a part of that. So I sold my pieces as the tickets to that. And then I also connected it to how I go to the gym. I'm really invested in the gym. I'm invested in bettering myself in the gym. So I connected it to that. I always wore my pieces to the gym. I recorded myself in those pieces at the gym. And it was just showing that I'm trying to better myself. And these pieces are what is helping me get through that. So one of the pieces was this hat right here. It was the No Mercy hat. It was majorly distressed. Now, I love the distressed look because it really just fits the vibe of my brand. Just that it's not perfect, but you're just trying everything you can to get perfect. You're trying to be the best version of yourself, but you're just not gonna be there. And then yes, I also dropped some sweatpants too. So I decided to build up some hype for about a month before I dropped that. I locked my website. I put a timer on the website letting everyone know the drop day. And then I just started posting every day, every day, every day. Now, I didn't just do product lay flats. I didn't just do pictures of the products. I talked to you guys. I showed you guys my life. I showed you guys me creating the pieces. I showed you guys the struggle because the clothing brand is not easy. Even though a lot of people make it look easy, it is not. But I showed you guys every single piece of the way to get to this drop. And that built a lot of hype around it and had a lot of people connected. So then when I finally dropped on April 18th, boom, instantly I got 20 orders. Way more than my first drop. And that was the instant the website opened. And then in the next 2 weeks, we sold out completely. And now the website is closed again, it is locked again, and now I'm getting ready for the next one. Because I built enough hype for that drop to where people really supported me. Okay, now let me tell you guys why this really worked. People want to root for you. People want someone to root for, or to blame, or to just put any emotion towards. So if you put yourself out there, if you put your life out there, people will start judging it, whether it's good, bad, or whether they just honestly don't care, but they will let you know. So you put yourself out there, you put your life out there, you create this world that you have, and it'll get views and it'll get connections. So here's 3 tips of advice for people who are really struggling with this. 1, don't copy, create all your own stuff. 2, document every single part of the process, no matter whether it's good, bad, or even if it's just chill and something that you don't think people will care about. And then 3, building a community is a lot more important than selling your products. Put building your community first and it will sell your product. All right, well, that's the video for now, guys. I appreciate you guys all for watching. I know it was kind of a lot of rambling. I'm still getting used to these YouTube videos, but I had a good time. I'm happy that I'm able to teach you guys something because I taught myself this the last year. But just know, if your brand is struggling, it is not the end. If you fail to drop, it is not the end. It is just the beginning of your story, and it will only help you guys get boosted to where you want to be. So take the fail, learn from it, adjust, and you will get there. And then don't forget, let your life be your brand. Don't just make a brand that you're not connected to. Live the life that your brand is putting out there. Live the image you're putting out there. because people will feel that. Peace, guys.